Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everyone. Question for you. Have you ever wanted to be able to literally change your mind about anything and do it at home while you're relaxing, chilling out, taking it easily, effectively becoming your own change agent? We're not talking about self-hypnosis here. There's no MP3s, recordings, books, or anything like that. This is state-of-the-art home therapy, a solution to optimize your internal beliefs and emotions. This is revolutionary technology, what we're talking about. It's called Legend Infusion. I know it sounds too good to be true, but we're going to prove to you that this actually works to help you change your mind and your focus and the direction in life. We're going to start with a very transformational individual, helps a lot of people with hypnosis, NLP, and lots of other modalities. Noah James joins us once again on the program. Hi, Noah. How you doing?
Hey, Steve. It's great to be here today. I'm so excited about this. I can hardly wait. I want to lay just the groundwork for what we're going to talk about today. Really, ever since the dawn of time, man has experienced the reality of the mind-body connection. And it's really illustrated in, it's take an unarmed man confronting a bear in the woods. Immediately upon seeing the bear, the analytic mind assesses this event as potentially dangerous. As a result, the thought initiates a biological change to the body. Now, the hunter goes from what we call a parasympathetic state or a calm state to a fight or flight state, which is called the sympathetic state. These are two of the autonomic states of the body that operate unconsciously. Now, in this fight or flight state of the body goes through a dramatic physiological change. Most notably, you feel the rush of adrenaline and other hormones that secrete to facilitate one's escape, or if you have to fight, then it gives you the energy to fight. There are other changes to the body which relate to this fight or flight state also. For example, the body shuts down digestion and the immune system. For both of these are really pointless if you fail to escape the bear. Now, the story would seem to be only relevant to people foraging in the woods, but that's really not the case. For any perceived threat to our person, either physically or emotionally, can trigger a change from our calm autonomic state to our stressed fight or flight state. Remaining in this stressed state for an extended period of time can have a devastating effect on our body. Now, Dr. Raymond, whom you'll see in just a moment here, we've worked together to help patients struggling with the fears associated with life-threatening illnesses such as cancer. We do this by placing the mind into a calm parasympathetic state in order to facilitate the body's own healing capacities. Now, today, I'm excited to introduce Dr. Raymond Venter, who has created a therapeutic device that can easily induce this calm autonomic state, as well as reprogram the subconscious mind to create lasting personal change in virtually any area. Finally, there is an affordable at-home product that you can use to help create agreement between what you think and what you internally believe, what you want and what you actually experience. Now, here to walk us through this innovative technology is the world-renowned naturopathic creator of the Legend Infusion System, my friend, Dr. Raymond Venter. Welcome to the program, Doctor. I'm really excited about this project. This product will fundamentally change the world of personal development, and we're being able to showcase it right here, right now. Dr. Venter.
Well, thank you very much for that kind words, Noah, and thank you very much for having me, Steve. Thank you for having me. It's lovely to be back on this podcast. It's nice to be seeing these friendly faces. When it gets to the autonomic nervous system, I think many people must first know what it is. Because you and I will talk about autonomic nervous system and other people say, what the hell is that? So it's all going about when we're breathing and we're sleeping, we're not thinking about breathing. And that means there's something automated of breathing. There's automated, your heart must beat. There's automated different things that are happening. And that's where the autonomic nervous system comes from, because it happens automatically. Now, when we have got this autonomic nervous system active to fight or flight, you're going to have certain things that must switch off in the body and certain things to switch on. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you, like you said, the bear in the woods, this bear's coming to you, you're going to have this rush of adrenaline. So what's busy happening? You go into the fight or flight. For that moment, you've just had a meal, for example, and you do not want the food to be digested. You just want to be running. Well, someone's going to fight. I'll be running. So you want.
You're a wise man.
I've not faced a bear, but I do not want to. So we want the blood to be in the arms and the legs. And that then the autonomic nervous system switches the blood off at the stomach. You cannot digest. You cannot fill in the blank. You now need sudden sugar in the cells. And where does the sudden sugar come from? When you've got that fight or flight, you're going to rush the body's going to rush adrenaline, and then also let the liver give a lot of sugar. And the sugar comes out of the liver, but also out of your white fat cells. It just secretes it. And suddenly you've got enough sugar, you need the insulin, and now you've got energy. So that autonomic nervous system means it happens automatic. If you've just eaten and you want to rest, you want to go into parasympathetic, which means I'm going to rest and digest. So now, if you you've just eaten, but you're not in the rest and digest parasympathetic mode, what's going to happen? You're going to have indigestion. You're going to have irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, all these different things that's going to start happening because your gut's not working. Now, this autonomic nervous system, to get you into the fight or flight, has got two ways to activate. It's either in the mind or it is in the vertebra. Now, I have got a few slides. Is it okay if I share my screen and just do a few slides and just show you
Sure.
a few things? I know it's a podcast that a lot of the sound is used, but I'll talk it through. So for those that can view it, the sympathetic is like the snake. That's sympathetic. Now, we have these nerves coming out of the vertebra that then feeds towards the body. And this feed that goes to the body means, to the different organs, means that like, for example, you've got not much control over your bladder. If you're in this fight or flight, you want to urinate. So it weakens the bladder. For example, it stops you to be able to give saliva. It lets your heart beat faster. Lungs must start working harder. So now just picture this. If you're in fight or flight, just thinking about fight or flight, and it could be financial stress, does not have to be running from the bear, then your mouth starts drying up. And what do? We start sipping on the water. And just by doing that, sipping on the water could then start creating downstream problems with regards to gut, not enough acid in the stomach to digest your food, for example. Now, should we go to the other side of parasympathetic, it means it gives the flow of the saliva. You've got control over your bladder. Your heart is not pumping that quick. So these are type of things that you have to say, what's autonomic and what is sympathetic and what's parasympathetic. So now let's talk about somebody that had a traumatic event. If they think about it, the mind automatically triggers saying it's just happened, because the mind does not know the difference between the present and the past. I think all of us can think about something heart-sore or traumatic. You can feel your heart pumping, more blood, you start getting anxious. That thing means that's keeping you in the sympathetic mode. Steve, Is it too much information for our listeners, or is it good information?
It's great information, and it ties into what many of us may wonder. So in the sympathetic situation, um, how many times has somebody felt like they had to urinate because and we always wondered why at that moment. Uh,
Mhm.
Fascinating how this is all taking place. Um, wow.
So now, even just how you look is going to tell your mind whether you are in what emotion state. So if you put a happy face on, what's the mind going to do? Oh, it's happy time, and it gives you different endorphins that coincide with being happy. If you just walk around with sad face, make sad face, and just put yourself in emotion, what's going to happen? You're going to be in that emotion. So you can literally change your mind ongoing by just changing, thinking about certain things.
How does
So
that transmit, Raymond, to your mind? So let's say you intentionally smile all the time. I'm gonna, I've got a lot going on, but I'm still gonna smile. How does that translate to your system?
well, Steve, is very much, they call it afferent and effrin. Now the afferent is where if you a paraplegic, they want to teach the person to walk again. They would have him hang the torso hanging, and then the feet get used, and they physically move the feet for the person so that they can feel this is it. All right. Then it triggers up to the brain saying, "Brain, remember this is how to walk." Okay, so this is exactly the same. Sad face is going to go up to the mind and saying, "Remember, this is how you are. This is the feeling." So that then physically changes that sympathetic mode, whether it's parasympathetic or just the sympathetic. So that physically changes your physiology. It's even the tears. If you go into tears of sadness and tears of laughter, those tears, the molecules change. And
Wow.
because of this, we need to start changing our belief system. And how many times we've got a belief that let's take any subject. Let's take about last time you told how excited you, or what I'm excited about, the fact that you moved on your age already much further than what your folks have got, because you changed certain things. So now the next person has not gone through that transformation yet. So what happens is they believe that when you grow older, diabetes is acceptable, or cancer is acceptable, fill in the blank acceptable. And now you start living out that. Why? Is because we call it a mirror neuron. Now, mirror neuron means that this is the same reason why you have got. I'm just trying to find this slide as I'm talking to you. So the mirror neuron would physically tell you what you've seen is like monkey see, monkey do.
Hmm.
And this is part of why we have got certain characteristics about our personality. Is we saw certain person's personality, we mimic that. We mimic how the person stands, their facial expressions. And this is the reason why we can walk, is because we saw somebody walking and we done exactly the same. That's the mirror neurons. And if we activate the mirror neurons, then whatever you wish for is going to be in your mind as this is acceptable. So if it's going to be acceptable for in the past, you can gain weight, you can have a bad relationship, you can have this different condition. It's okay because mom and dad or somebody you loved has got this condition. It's okay because of the mirror neuron. Now we reprogram that mirror neuron to what you want.
Wow. It's almost as if in certain situations, let's say somebody is somewhat out of shape. They know that uh, exercise and proper nutrition would get them back on track, but almost subconsciously they've accepted it. They might not admit it, but they've accepted it. Or is it almost the same thing when somebody wakes up first thing in the morning and just is in a bad mood? Yeah, here we go again. Another day. What's this day going to be like? It's almost as if you're setting it up for failure. Is that somewhat what we're talking about here?
Very much the same. Let's first cover the weight loss.
Sure.
You want to go into this diet, for example, and your subconscious remembers these emotions you went through last time you were done the diet. You're going to be irritable. You're going to be hungry. You're going to be starving. You're going to be punishing yourself. And then what the subconscious mind says, you know what? Last time it was not that good. So let's skip all that and go for the chocolate right now. Now, especially on weight loss, this is a major thing because the industry wants you to believe your metabolic system is broken. But what I say is if you can fit in the same clothes that that you could fit in last year or a year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and some even 10 years ago, it means it's not your metabolic system is broken. It's your mind that's broken. Because you're still eating the same amount of food, whether it's junk food and keeping you there, or if you go with healthy food, you stay in the same weight. It's just not happening for you, simply because your mind is going to slow down your metabolism to suit whatever the mind accepts. That mirror neuron. And it could be that your folks are all very well trimmed and so forth, but you may have even had only a teacher or a caretaker, a caregiver as a baby, as a child, that was overweight, and that person had a perfect relationship with you. And that triggers saying, a relationship means I need to be overweight. So now mentally, for the rest of your life, you're going to be overweight.
So you've developed technology to help us change this, literally change our mind.
Literally, now they call it neuroplasticity, that we then change the neural pathways. So what we physically do is we would take certain affirmations and pictures, and we remind your mind what you were for many years ago, or we can take different pictures and we can put the mirror neuron in. I did this, for example, with golf. I've never played golf, started with 153 strokes, and within 1 month, I reached just below 80. Well, it was 79. This is in 1 month. I did this on golf, for example. So whatever you want, you can reprogram, and we flash this at a certain rate that your subconscious mind picks it up and not your conscious mind. So the conscious mind is going to protect your subconscious mind from and being critical. So that lady's butt is thin. I'm not that person. Now, by bypassing the conscious mind, just working with the subconscious mind, because we use certain frequencies, which is going to be in physical products. So physical product means you've got a literary product that changes the entire body frequency as well as the mind frequency. So when we do these flashing of the images, it's talking directly to the subconscious mind and placing it in those mirror neurons.
So I don't want to run out of time, Raymond, but so questions about this. The photos that you see, the images that you see to change your mind, are they intentional for whatever your goal is?
Well, you're gonna choose whatever your goal is. So if it's going to be sport, or it's going to be weight loss, or it's going to be financial, it's going to be my podcast is this big. No matter what, it is your belief that's holding you back, and because your belief is holding you back, and sometimes it puts you into a sympathetic mode because you get fearful of the success, fearful of what's going to happen. A simple thing is, what's your belief about money? And could be saying, all right, to be successful, you need to cheat somebody. Now you don't want to get money because then you're going to be perceived as you're a cheater.
Sure.
And you stop earning money. So we need to change these belief systems that were programmed from baby.
Oh, okay. Same thing where your parents would say, hey, don't spend money on that. Money doesn't grow on trees. And then that's been instilled in your mind that, oh, wait a minute, caution, money. I'm not good with money. Can't have it coming in. Raymond, if somebody has multiple goals, let's say athletics, want to lose weight, want to earn more money, can you accomplish that at multiple goals, or we focus on one at a time?
Well, we'll focus on a grouping. And let's say grouping would be, for example, you want to do a financial and you want to get a car and you want to get a house or something like that. You'll group it like that. The fortunate thing is you can reprogram your mind over and over as many times as you like. So it takes 72 hours to reprogram your mind. But now you're seeing the realities around you, which means you then do not take ownership of it. So you just need to remind it once a week. You remind yourself for 20 minutes. You go, relax, put this on, you remind yourself. So you can have every day a different program running, because once you've done it for 72 hours, thereafter you need to remind yourself once a week. And then it starts manifesting in your life because now you believe you are able to do it. And you might walk past different opportunities daily, and you're missing those opportunities simply because you're not open to that, because that's going to make you too successful or too full in the blank, which you are fearful for in that sympathetic. It's going to trigger the sympathetic. And that's why you then withhold to take or see that opportunity.
To illustrate for everyone that's not seeing what we're seeing here, this looks like virtual reality goggles, but essentially, I guess it's reality goggles, because this is what your reality you want it to be.
Yes, you're going to physically change your appearance. You can change your appearance. You can change your belief about people, the way you respond to people, because now you're coming from the end result. So many successful people say when they make a decision, they travel in their mind to the end result of what they want. And let's say you're battling at the moment with a condition, or let's say a struggle in your life. In your mind, travel it's forward and say, if I was there, how would I have made this decision to be able to get there? And suddenly your perception changes. This is exactly what we're doing. But because your subconscious mind is controlling you, you're not in control. It's a subconscious mind is busy controlling this. And what we are saying is that we can change it fundamentally in the subconscious mind. So your behavior and your decision-making supports the end result that you want, no matter what the goal.
I need it. How do we get this? And it seems so simple, but I'm going to say, and I don't want us to run out of time here. We're almost out. That based on what I've learned, even through hypnotherapy and the way the mind works, this seems so reasonable about how it changes the way we think and those limiting beliefs. Fascinating. Legend Infusion. How do we go about getting it? How do we learn more?
Well, you've got Nowhere online here, and we've partnered with Nowhere. The normal price is $260 per month. We've got this beautiful discount, 62.3% discount at only $98. So go to Nowhere's website. You'll see a banner. So it's mindtransformationinc.com. You go there, click on that. It will take you through the process where you get it only at $98. So go to his website and you get access to it immediately, because you'll click on the link and it'll take you to the right place where you have got the discount at only $98 a month.
Is there a minimum amount of time that you sign up for in this for this product?
You can choose whether you want to go on a month to month. There's no contract, or you can say I want to do a whole year up front, or even a 5-year up front. So we've got some benefits why you want to purchase for longer, but you don't have to. You can do it month to month. When you've reached your goals, you just send the kit back, and we then stop your payment. Whenever you reach that point that said, I've had I got what I needed, and you don't need it anymore, you send it back, we refurbish it, put it out to the next person.
It almost sounds too good to be true, but I know it's not. That's the thing. Amazing.
Well, you know what he wants to do? He's just replacing me, Steve, is all he's doing. See?
Essentially, yeah. Replacing the therapist. In a way, yeah. This is your therapist, but this is getting to it.
The therapist on autopilot.
Right. Well, they're sort of AI in some regards.
And by the way, I will make mention that we work with the clients to fashion specific slides out of their own past, if they wish, their own ideas, their own pictures, their own memories, so we can create a personalized program for them. But in addition to that, Raymond has packages, whether it's sports improvement, academic improvement, working out, all that sort of thing that you can choose from that have already stock pictures that you can work from as well.
All you're doing is watching photos rapidly fly by. And isn't there something, DBT? I don't want to run we're already out of time, but I'm curious. No, that's rapid eye movement, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're seeing things very quickly.
This whole process began many, many years ago. Remember, buy popcorn. Remember, they used to do it at the movies, and they stick in one frame every 30th frame, and people will go out and buy popcorn. Why? Because the subconscious mind can pick up what the conscious mind can't see.
Well, thank you for saying that, because now it's even more crystal clear. Yeah, product placement like that, and now you want it. Well, what do you want? I want to lose weight. I want to make more money. Noah, share with us your website.
Mind Transformation Inc. Mind Transformation Inc. All as it sounds, no spaces in between it. mindtransformationinc.com. And if you want to just give me a telephone call after the fact, 319-640-6504. 319-640-6504.
Amazing. Noah and Raymond, thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. And 62.3% discount. You can't beat that. What the change could change your life, will change your life. It's a no-brainer. It is.
Truly will.
Yeah. Thank you so much for both of you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It was nice being here.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.